wordpress.com site. You'll see we have it pulled up here. You'll see many different blogs. All these different pictures on the front page will change. We're going to show you how to register for a blog. The first step is to click the Sign Up Now button on the right hand side of the page. That will open up the sign up page. We're going to register Lizard SEO blog, password, confirm our password, enter an email address, agree to the terms and conditions, check Give Me a Blog, and hit Next. On the next page that opens up, it's going to ask you to confirm your blog name. It's going to be your user identification name that you entered in the previous pane. It's going to be lizardseoblog.wordpress.com and a simple title. If all that information is correct, we click the Sign Up button. And our sign up is complete. Now that we have to visit our email to pick up the confirmation email from WordPress.com. So open up your email platform and you will see a confirmation email here. We click that to open and we click on this link here to activate our blog. And as our blog is activated, once it's active it will tell us right here that we've been activated. We can go ahead and log in right now. And we'll hit log in. Now once we've registered the blog and log in, you'll see you're at the screen here which is called the WordPress.com dashboard. The dashboard is where you're going to do everything with your blog, including make posts, pages, edit posts and pages, activate plugins, change widgets, change theme, and change appearance of your blog. The dashboard is a very essential feature of WordPress. It's where you control basically everything about your blog. Right now let's look at some basic features of the dashboard. Further in-depth features will be covered on future video training series. On the top left here you'll see it's got the name of our blog. We can click that to visit our website and visit our blog. I open that in a new tab. This is the default WordPress configuration for a blog. You'll notice it's very plain, very simple. Every new blog at WordPress looks pretty much the same way. Return to our dashboard. If you look on the left hand side here, there's a navigation menu. This is where you're going to do everything and absolutely everything with your blog that you'd like to do. First off, let's just look at a few basic features. If you'll notice, these menus are closed right now. There's an arrow on the right hand side which you can click to open those menus. I click that arrow right there and open Edit, Add New, Post, Tags, and Categories, and that's all under Posts. Now there are two different types of items in the WordPress platform. There are posts and pages. Pages are static information that you want to keep on your website that's always going to be there and always appear on your blog. Posts are going to be dynamic information pieces. They're going to be your blog entries, basically the short-term things that you want to put on your blog in order to attract attention and viewership. They are very essential, but they're more dynamic than pages. So the difference is you want to use your posts as your communications with your viewers. Your pages are going to be really your static information that's important to convey to all the viewers of your blog. So let's look real quick in this video about creating a post. Very simple. We've expanded the post menu on the left hand side here. We're just going to click the Add New button. That opens up a new post edition screen. We put a title in the top here, new post, and we put some text in here. Okay, we've entered some text, and we will cover these editing features in another video series as well. You'll see we've added some text, we've added a title. On the right hand side are our save and publish options. Real quick, you can either save a draft, meaning you're going to save this post but not put it on your live blog. If you can use preview, and right here this blue button is publish. You can actually save and publish at the same time by clicking on that blue button. So if you've entered in the information correctly, you proofread, everything looks good, then you want to go ahead and you're ready to bring it live. You want to go ahead and use that publish button on the right hand side. So we're going to hit publish. It automatically saves and publishes this particular post to our blog. Once the page reloads, it says post publish, so we're all set there. We're going to revisit our live blog, refresh, and if you notice, there's our post. So very easy, very simple. WordPress makes it very easy to create content. It's a very good content management system. Same thing, we're going to visit our dashboard again. We're going to go down here to pages. If you drop that down, we can add new. I'm going to open that up and let's title it new page. And here's the content for our new page. Okay, again, once you're done, same options apply. You can save a draft, you can preview, you can go ahead and publish. So we're going to go ahead and publish. And when that reloads, our page is published. So we're done. We'll visit our blog, refresh, and notice on the right hand side here, new page. So we click on that and our content is there. Very simple, quick and easy. We'll return to the home page. And that's really in a nutshell how to create content for your WordPress blog. Again, in future video series we're going to cover the edit menu on the left hand side in depth. We're going to cover all these editing features here in the middle. We're going to cover some advanced features of WordPress. We hope you enjoyed this lesson today and appreciate you visiting lizardseo.com for information about optimizing your websites and your blogs for maximum search engine traffic. In our first video, I went ahead and opened up a browser. Particularly this is Chrome, but you can use whatever browser you like. And we're going to revisit the blog that we started. I particularly started lizardseoblog.wordpress.com. So you just enter that in the address bar of your browser. That will pull up what you've done so far. To enter the dashboard, all we have to do at the very end of our domain in the address bar, type in wp-admin. If you've chosen to remember the password in your browser, you should jump right to the dashboard. If you didn't remember the password in your browser, you would have to enter in your user ID and your password to be able to get to the dashboard. Okay, on the left hand side, again remember that this is our navigation bar for our WordPress blog. Let's go ahead and edit one of our posts, change around some of the text, and add a link as well. So we'll show you how to do that. On the left hand side, if this post menu is not open, go ahead and open your post menu. You have features of edit, add new, post tags, and categories. Remember, add new is where we go to create a brand new post. Edit is where we go to change around and edit posts that we've already created. So I'm going to click edit. When we click edit, it's going to give you the choices of your different posts that are currently in your blog. We started new post, so I'm going to click on new post. And this will open up the work we did in our first video. Let's first look at some of our editing features here on the menu just above our post. Here's our title again. You can change and edit your post title at this point. You can feel free to make any additions or changes that you'd like there. Underneath here is our edit menu. You'll see there's a few features here. On the right hand bar, here's an important button. It's called the kitchen sink. So we're going to click that, and that opens up new features right below that. So say we need to change this post to a different color. We first, as in most editing programs with HTML, website editing, you first highlight the words. For instance, if we want to select the text color, we can use the drop down menu here, choose a new text color, and that has been changed. You can do the same with aligning text, highlight, You've got text alignment buttons up here. You've got quotation buttons. You've got numeric order buttons. You've got bullet lists, bold, italic, strike through. Here's where we create a link. We're going to do that in just a minute here. You'll see there's an insert more tag so people can jump to a next view of the post. For instance, they get a little paragraph and then they hit more to get the full post view. There's a proofread spell checker. There's a full screen mode where you can toggle that to see more of your work and get a bigger edit area. Down here you can change the layout tags of your text. Primarily paragraph is pretty straightforward and standard what you're going to be using. It defaults to the style sheet of the WordPress blog. You can go down here and select heading. You can select lots of different items right in there. So we're going to stick with paragraph. There's underline, full alignment, again our color change. You can paste as plain text or paste from Word. We generally advise to discourage copying and pasting from Word documents. It adds a lot of extra HTML coding, a lot of mess. You can see a lot of problems and errors if you do that. So what you want to do is paste directly from a plain text document. It tends to work a lot better. You can remove formatting. You can insert custom characters. You can indent. There's lots of features here. You're going to want to use those to edit and make the blog look the way you want. Okay, we've covered the edit menu. Let's go ahead and, for instance, take a look at adding a link. For instance, we want to add a link to our website, lizardseo.com. So I'm going to go to a new line here. Again, with editing, you can place your cursor wherever you'd like if you want to add some more information. So all I did was place the cursor at the end and hit return to go to a new line here. We're going to type in visit lizardseo.com. Okay, so we want to make that a link. So the first step in making that a link, you have to highlight what you want to link from. So we want to link from that whole block of text. So we highlight the whole thing. Next we go up here and hit our link menu button, which is right there. That opens up a new window. You enter in your link. You can change target if you wanted to open it in the same window or a new window. Opening the link in the same window will basically when somebody clicks on that, that will open in the same window that they're viewing the blog in, so they navigate away from your page. Open link in new window means that it will open another window or tab depending on how their browser is set up, and so they will still stay on your page. In general, if you're moving out of the blog, it's a lot of times a good idea to use the open link in new window feature, just so people will retain the information on your blog and can go back. You don't lose them and they don't navigate away. So we're going to hit open link in new window. And when you're done, you hit insert, or if you'd like to take it out, you can hit cancel. We'll hit insert. If you notice the text color changed, and that changed to a link. Okay, so we're going to update post so we can take a look at what we did. Again, update post. It saves the changes and updates those changes. And we're still saving here for one more second. We have been saved. Okay, so I'm going to take a look at our site. Again, this is the link to take a look at what you've done. So we're going to right click on that, open a new tab. Now you'll notice here's our new post and here's the link right here. So we click on that link and it opens up the lizardseo.com website in a new tab. So people can navigate, again, if they close that tab, they're going to navigate back to this window. Great feature to keep people on your website and make your website a little more sticky so you don't lose people from your site. Okay, that's the edit menu. If you go down here, you can type an excerpt, which is going to be basically a description of your blog post. So it's going to be kind of a short, condensed version of what you've done. Trackbacks are basically for old blog systems. Scroll down a little bit, you'll see discussion. You can allow comments on this post. Now, most WordPress blogs are set up for you to moderate comments, so if people make a comment, it's not posted directly on your blog, but instead it goes through a moderation process. Trackbacks and pings, that's a good idea to leave that set. And the bottom, there's some post revisions. It will list every time that you've saved and changed that blog, which is handy because you can actually go back to previous versions if something happens and you make a mistake or error. On the right hand side, let's cover this menu just a little bit also. Again, preview change. You can change status. If you've published a blog and don't want to publish it anymore, you hit this edit button. You can change to drop down and change to draft. Once you change that, you can hit OK. Visibility, you can make certain pages public or private on your website. Meaning if you want the certain people to have access to the site, that certain page, but not everybody, you can change and edit to make it public, password protected, or private, which is a great feature if you have protected content on a page of your blog. Let's say you have a newsletter you want to collect emails before you let people have access to, then that's a great way to do that as well. Again, here's your update post button. You also have a delete button. Now these tags are important. You want to tag, these are kind of like keywords. Really the tags are going to be used for people if your blog has a search feature. These tags are going to be what's essential for people to find the content on your blog. So for every post and page that you write, you're going to want to put a tag in there that shows people exactly what's on that post so they can easily find it and search your blog. Underneath here, you can categorize your posts. Right now we have uncategorized, but you want to really pay attention to the categories and make sure your categories are accurate because you want people to find your information easily and quickly. So you really need to add categories, make sure everything is categorized correctly. Basically, these edit features are very similar to the page edit features. Let's take a look at that real quick. We'll go to About. Again, you'll see the same editing menu here, same features over here. On the page, you have a few more options. You can change your parent page, so you can have sub-pages, or you can have parent pages, meaning if you want in-depth kind of drop-down, drill-down navigation, you can do that. You can also change a different template for that page. Well, this has been our second video training series on using the WordPress platform. We hope you enjoyed it. Please let us know if you have any questions. We'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. Be happy to help you further, and please look forward to more videos in this training series. In this video, we're going to cover adding HTML code to a page or post. Being able to add HTML code is an essential skill for your WordPress blog. There are many items out there in HTML that you're going to want to add to your blog. Sometimes you'll receive code from a site to link to them. You could also have a widget that you like to place on your site, even a YouTube video, even external HTML code that you like to place on your site. So it's very important to know how to do this. As you see, we've already logged into our WordPress dashboard here. It should look very familiar. Let's go ahead and add our HTML code to a page this time. We've been working a lot with our posts. So I'm going to click Add New for Page. That's going to open up our page edit area. I'm going to go ahead and add a title, HTML code page, and just one line of text. Okay. And then what I'm going to do, I wrote a line of text, but I'm going to add the HTML code actually underneath that line of text. So you'll see above is our typical paragraph edit box. It lets you change, as we looked at in the previous video, font styles, alignment, placement, that type of thing. What is essential here to notice is up in the right hand corner here there's a visual button and an HTML button. We are currently in the visual editor mode, which is going to let us make those changes as we see them in a WYSIWYG editor. But if we click on HTML, that's going to give us the raw HTML code, which is going to need to be where we paste our HTML code that we get. If we don't paste it there, it's not going to work, and it's going to actually break the page. For our sample, we actually have created a very simple document here. If you notice, you'll see this table here. Within that table, there's some text, there's a link, and a couple of links. So what we want to do is move all of this over to our blog. If we do it correctly, the HTML code paste will move all of what we see over without any need for further editing. So I'm going to go back in here. We've already copied our HTML code, so this is an essential step. Again, it doesn't matter what it is. As long as you have all of the HTML code for your element, you can paste it into your WordPress page. Again, it could be a video, could be links, could be lots of different things. The important thing to remember is to copy all of the code that you're given for whatever you're trying to place on the page. Okay, so we've clicked our HTML button, so we're in the HTML editor. I'm going to go ahead and click in the box to get my cursor on the last row. And I'm going to hit my enter key one time just for some organizational purposes so I see where my code starts. Now that I'm on that new line, I'm going to just very simply paste that code that I previously copied in again. I skipped that step, so you're not going to see that step because it really doesn't matter where the code is. The important thing is we have all the code. So if you see the code in here, it's all been pasted correctly. Now if we click back on our visual editor, there's our table. Very simple, very straightforward. We're going to go ahead and click publish because we're going to take a look at what we did here and how it looks. Okay, we have been saved, so I'm going to go ahead and open that in a new tab so we can take a look at what we've done. And that loads up. Again, we're going to go to HTML code page, and there we go. We've created a page and we pasted our HTML code text right on that page. Very simple, not very many steps involved. Just the critical step is to make sure that you click on this HTML button. Now let's go ahead and take a look. If we're in visual mode here, so let's paste it in the visual mode and see what it looks like if you happen to paste it incorrectly, just to show you, give you some troubleshooting ideas just in case that ever happens, which it very well could. So I just created a little space here. Let's go ahead and paste our code in there in the visual editor. Okay, so we paste it in visual. I'm going to update. And 1 second while it saves and updates and publishes the page. Okay, we've been saved and updated. Let's go back here and refresh our blog. And you'll notice now, because we pasted that code in the visual editor, WordPress doesn't know that that is HTML code. It's assuming that you want to display that code as text. So it's doing what it's told. It's told to display what you pasted in the box as text. But as you see, this is obviously code and is incorrect. So if you're ever making your blog and you see this appear on your live post or page, then what you need to do is go back in here, cut it out of your edit box. Very simple, you can just cut it out and then go over here to HTML and paste it in once more. So let's paste 2 in there just so you can see what we're doing. Let's update the page and we'll show you that it's been correctly moved, and when we go back over to our live blog and refresh, then what you will see is actually 2 of those tables because we pasted 2 in. We pasted the first correct one and then we pasted the incorrect one. So you see we have 2 of our tables. Okay. That's basically how you add HTML code text to a WordPress page. Very simple and straightforward, not too much to it. It's just a few little steps to make sure you get right. And if you have those steps right, then you will definitely have the code pasted incorrect. Thank you for joining on this video series. Again, this is lizardseo.com with our WordPress training video series. And feel free as always to contact us at lizardseo.com with any questions you have about blog building. We'd be happy to answer them, or promoting your blog or website with search engine optimization services. Let's go ahead and show you we're logged into our dashboard here. On the left hand side you'll notice all of our menu navigation items as well. We're going to scroll down here to the appearance area, which we'll notice right here. You see there's themes, widgets, extras, custom header, header colors, and edit CSS. Let's look at the first button, which is themes. We'll go ahead and click on that. This will load up our theme options. It shows you your current theme first, so obviously that's very familiar. That's our simple blue theme that we've chosen. And then down here is going to be a lot more themes as we scroll down. WordPress makes it extremely easy to change your theme. Let's change to this one right here, Freshie. You'll see an activate and preview button. If you want to go through and preview a bunch of these, you can. It will open up and show you a sample of what your blog will look like with that theme. We like that one. Let's go ahead and activate it. Okay, and if you notice, it very quickly changes our theme over to current theme of the Freshie theme. And now we're going to visit our live blog to see what that looks like. Okay, if you notice, it's applied that new theme. It changed all of our colors. It changed all of our CSS style sheet elements for that new theme. Basically, completely changed the look of our blog just by changing the theme. So that's a great tool to use to personalize your blog to better match your company, better match what you're doing at your company. Again, if we want to change, we just hit activate on any of these blogs. When it loads up, then we can go back here to our blog, refresh, and you'll see that new theme applied. Really easy to change blogs, blog themes. Now if you notice here, there's another button called widgets. Let's go ahead and hit widgets. Now what widgets are the elements in your blog that appear in this side area right here. Each one of these elements, search, pages, archives, categories, and meta, those are all widgets that are applied to your blog. So widgets are basically the way WordPress moves in and then removes out different elements from your web page. So for instance here, we're going to expand our sidebar. Now right now it's at the default setting, so this is what loads up in a default WordPress installation. But let's go ahead and add some things in there. We want to add in archives. All I'm doing here is you just hover over the title, grab, and move it over. So let's use that. Let's put, grab that one more time in there. Add authors. Let's go ahead and let's add a calendar over there. Okay, see, we added a few elements to our blog. Doesn't really matter what it is. You can change the title. So I'll put blog archives here. Make sure you do save after each one. Authors, blog authors, save. And let's leave calendar as untitled for now. So let's close those up. We've added our widgets to the page. So now it's been saved. Let's go ahead and go back to our blog, refresh. Now you'll notice all of our side widgets have changed. We have archives, authors, and now a calendar, which we didn't have that calendar in there before. Just to take a look at the different widgets there are available, cover those a little bit. Okay. The first one is the Akismet plugin that basically helps control spam to your blog. Archives shows the title of all the archives in a chronological order by month and date of all the posts that you've made. Blog stats shows your traffic. Box.net is a file sharing widget. Calendar actually shows a calendar on your site which shows when you made a post, so it gives your visitors a visual reference to your post. Category shows all your different post categories. Category cloud is another way to do it. It just basically shows a big cloud of all your categories that people can click on. The Delicious link is a way to integrate with the Delicious platform. Again, Flickr is the same way. Gravatar is a way you can add your Gravatar image to your blog to personalize your blog a little more. Links is a way to add in your blog roll links into your blog. Mevo is just another plugin to use some social media. Meta, that's some login, logout information for your WordPress. Pages list all the pages on your site. The Palatial Map Kit lets you add maps to your site and more geographically plot information on your blog. Recent comments, anybody who's made a recent comment to your blog. Recent posts, again, recent posts you've made. RSS feeds, you can actually use that widget to add external RSS feeds. Now that's not yours, that's an external site. You can add that there to pull in data from those RSS feeds. RSS links, again, lets you link to your own blog's RSS feed so people can follow you and track you. Search is the search box. Social Vibe is, again, another social networking tool. Tag Cloud is what shows all of the tags in a certain page or post in a visual format. Text is very useful. It actually lets you add arbitrary HTML to the side or text. And that's very useful because in previous video we showed you how to add HTML to your post or page. This tool actually lets you add HTML to the sidebar. So in a lot of applications for your blog, that's very important to be able to do. Top clicks, where people click on your blog. Top posts, the top posts in your blog as far as visits. Top rated, people can rate your blog posts, and that shows you how they're rated. Twitter lets you pull in your tweet feeds from Twitter. And VodPod videos, that's a video plugin widget that you can use. So basically, any of these widgets, we recommend just playing around with them to see the different features that they have. You can use any of those to accomplish a number of different things. If you look down here under the Extras button, we'll go ahead and click on that. There's just a few general things in there, not too much under the Extras button. We'll go to the Edit CSS sheet. Now, if you're hosting your blog at WordPress.com, they do not give you the direct ability to edit the style sheet. You actually have to purchase an upgraded version of editing your style sheet. However, if you do host a WordPress blog on another platform, you will have the ability to directly edit the style sheet. For those who know what style sheets are and a little more advanced in their HTML coding, style sheets basically control the display of your blog and how things appear as far as links, text, and other elements like that. So you probably won't have to worry about that too much. So that basically is the elements of style and theme and appearance to your blog, how to edit the appearance and personalize your blog to your taste. There's really not a whole lot more than that as far as the WordPress platform. In future videos, we will cover in-depth videos on modifying a blog actually hosted on your external server. But for right now, that's what the WordPress.com platform gives us. Well, thank you again for joining us at lizardseo.com for our WordPress training video series. Please, as always, feel free to contact us with questions, concerns, or comments that you may have. Thank you very much. We're logged into our dashboard here. WordPress actually has a good tool for adding images into your blog. They actually upload, transfer, handles everything right through WordPress, so you don't have to worry about transferring the pictures through an external FTP server client, but you can actually upload directly through the WordPress platform. Let's pull up that last page we were working on. We're going to go to Edit, and we're going to open up our HTML code page. Okay, we've got that opened. I went ahead and saved a picture of a Google logo to my desktop. And we're going to be uploading that into our blog. Now, before we upload a picture, just a quick note on copyright infringement. You do want to make sure that you have permission or that you own the picture that you're going to want to upload to your blog. It is actually a violation of copyright law to go around the internet, hunt down pictures, copy them down, and then upload them to a page or post. So you want to make sure that you definitely have permission before you upload any images to a blog. So here, we're going to want to add the picture right before all of our text. So I clicked the arrow right before the HTML code. I'm going to want to make a space, so I'm just going to hit my Enter key one time. Then go back up here to this arrow here. Now that we have space for a picture, we're going to make sure the cursor is clicked right in there. Above our edit box, there's some links here. Those are our upload insert media links. So you see this first one, if we hover over it, says add an image. There's add video, add audio, add media, and add a poll. And that connects with an external poll service. But let's go ahead and do add an image. Pretty much the process is the same for each one of these elements. I click that, you're going to get a pop-up dialog box here. It's going to ask you where you want to get the image from. Now on the top here, you can get it from your computer, from a URL source if you have the URL to an image you want to link to externally. You can do that there. Or from your preloaded media library into your WordPress platform. Those are going to be images that you've already uploaded into WordPress on another page or post. WordPress actually lets, instead of re-uploading them, it actually lets you pull those directly from that page or post through your media library. Let's say we don't have it uploaded, so I'm going to go back here and click on From Computer. We're going to need to choose our file to upload. Usually, if we hit Select Files, that button works just fine. It's a Flash uploader. If we're having trouble, you can also click this Browser Uploader instead. So if you click Select Files and nothing happens, try using the Browser Uploader, which looks like this here. We'll use the Flash Uploader. It's opened up. Here we're going to go to our desktop. We're going to go down to the image we saved, which is a Google image. I double clicked on that. WordPress will upload it to the platform. Now from here you can add a caption if you'd like to the image, which is a nice idea if you'd like to do some additional SEO preparation. Description, you can add a description of the image. You can actually add a link right here if you want that image to be a clickable image where it takes somebody to another link. And you can also align it here. You can also resize with thumbnails, which is nice. WordPress will actually resize the image for you. We don't want to do any of that here, so we're going to hit Insert into Post. If you hit Save All Changes, it will upload the image, but it won't insert it into the post. So we want to make sure we hit Insert into Post. Just that easy. There's our image there that's been uploaded and inserted. We hit Update Page. That's been uploaded and saved. Let's go back to our sample blog. I'm going to refresh that one more time here. Okay, let's go to the HTML code page. And there's our image right there. Very easy to upload images. Pretty simple process. Let's go back here. If you notice now, on the left-hand side here, there's a media box. We'll drop that down. We'll open up Media Library. As we discussed a little earlier, WordPress actually saves all these images in one spot so you can retrieve them again. And if you notice, our image is right there. So every image you upload will be stored in the media library for easy use if you want to use that image on multiple pages. Pretty much the same process as for if you have a video clip or audio clip you like to upload. It's going to be the same process. Just use that upload button in front of on the top of your page or post, and that will move the image, text, video, audio right up to your blog. Well, thank you again for joining us at lizardseo.com for this WordPress training video. This is the sixth and final video in the series. We're going to be covering just the loose ends that we didn't cover in the other videos to show you the complete WordPress.com package. Where you'll see here, we're here on our dashboard. We've covered most of these buttons. We've covered posts, media, links, pages. Let's look at comments. Every comment, every post you make on your WordPress platform will leave visitors, you can leave visitors the ability to make comments. But the key for that is you want to make sure that you moderate those comments so you don't get spam on your blog, you don't get unwanted nasty comments that shouldn't be displayed. So you want to leave the comment moderation feature on for all of your blogs. So we clicked on comments. You'll see any comments in here that need to be taken care of. This is actually a default comment. But it will also display if someone makes a comment that needs to be moderated, meaning you need to approve it before it's shown, it will show up in here. So if you get any notices about comments needing to be approved, just click on the comments button. Ratings are how people rate your posts. You can click on that to take a look. You can enable those first, and then you can go through and use these settings to show pages and comments, different ratings that people place on those pages and comments. But first that would have to be enabled for your posts. Very simple to enable. Just click on it. You can enable above or below, then save changes, and that will let people make comments, ratings for your blog. Polls, if you use an external poll service, WordPress will pull those in. We've used the PollDaddy account before. PollDaddy is very easy to use, so that's a good option if you want to add a simple poll to your site, like what's your favorite color, red, blue, green, yellow. You could add a PollDaddy poll for that to poll your readers. Polling adds a little bit more interactivity to your blog, which is nice. It gives your readers and visitors something a little extra, which always helps when trying to promote a blog. We've covered the appearance tool. Users. You can actually have multiple users for your blogs. Users are people who are able to do things on your blog like make posts, make pages, basically change your blog besides you. So if you do have say a small business with 4 or 5 employees, you want a couple of those people to be able to make blog posts to help improve your blog content, this is where you do that there. Okay, let's go ahead and click on authors and users. Here we are the only authorized person on the blog. So all your authorized people will show up right in here. You can delete them from here by checking the box, going up to your bulk actions, remove. We obviously don't want to remove that one. Add users from community. You add email here. Their role. Contributor means that they're able to make posts and pages. Administrator means that they're able to actually do everything that you can, meaning control the features and setup of the blog over here. They will get that edit bar. Editor means that they can change around posts and pages, and author means they can create posts and pages. So once you select the email, select their role and hit add user. Your profile, you can modify your profile for anybody logged into the WordPress account. You can change your editor, you can change your gravatar here, you can make some different browser settings, things like that. Most of this you won't need to use. It isn't essential, but it's always nice if you have this information, go ahead and fill it out. It helps to complete and round out your WordPress setting. The Tools menu. Import and export. You can actually import blogs, Blogger, you can import WordPress, you can import a lot of different things. The key for this, an example use of this would be, say you have a blog at blogger.com that you want to move over to WordPress.com. You can export your Blogger there and then use this tool to actually import all of your posts and pages. Makes it easy to switch around content if you need to do that. Again, export here. You'll be able to export all of your WordPress posts and pages. If you can select a specific author to export for, and hit download export file. That's going to download a file to your local machine containing all of your posts, pages, and settings, which is useful, again, if you want to take this content and move it somewhere else. Say you've changed your blog name, maybe you've moved to Blogger or something like that. It's very useful to do that. So you can import and export all of your settings from WordPress. Next, we'll look at the Settings tab. There's a lot of different things in here, and I probably suggest that you go through and just kind of take a look. But for example, General. You can change your language. You can change your blog title or tagline. That's where the information up here. This is your blog title. Most themes have a tagline that shows up there. You change your language. You can change your email address, date formats, time zones. Let's click on the Writing tab here. Show some formatting. It gives you a default post category for all of your posts that you make, or a default link category. Reading. Now this one can be essential. You go to the Settings and then Reading tab, and this lets you change the front page that displays when somebody visits your blog right in here. So you can set it either to display your latest posts, or you can display a static page. So for instance, right now, if we visit our blog in a new tab, it's going to show our latest post. That's what we have it set to. Okay? But now let's set it to a static page and change that to HTML code page. Save our changes. Okay, we go back here. Now we refresh. If you notice what happens, it changed our front page that loaded up to that blog page. So that's a common question we are asked all the time, is how do I change my front page in my WordPress? Here's where you do it. You just go to Settings, then Reading. You can change your page and post there. There's some other settings in here you can look around and play with. Discussion has some settings about different comments, things like that. It lets you more strictly modify how people make comments to your blog. Media settings. It lets you adjust the thumbnail sizes that we saw in the other media platform. You can have custom thumbnail sizes that you use. privacy. This lets you block search engines. If for some reason you'd like to block search engines or visitors, you can do that through privacy settings. Delete blog, obviously that's what it says. You delete your blog permanently. OpenID actually lets you coordinate this blog with other sites that support OpenID. Unless you really need to use this, you probably don't need to worry about it too much. I'm going to go down to domains, and that's where you can add a domain to your blog. So for instance, somebody goes to this domain, then it would redirect them to your blog. The essential part of that, first, obviously, you have to have the domain purchased and configured first before it's going to allow you to do that. But that's the basic extra features of WordPress. Through our 6 videos, we've covered everything from registering a blog up through actually using the blog and the advanced settings with that blog. In our next set of videos, we're going to cover installation of WordPress on your own server, and that gives you a lot more features and functionality, and is a good way to go to keep a blog more under your control and give you more options, lets you do a lot more things. So look forward to that video series. And again, this is lizardseo.com, and thank you for joining us. And as always, please don't hesitate to contact us if you have questions, comments, or if you have another video series that you'd like to see, please feel free to recommend it, and we'd be happy to take a look at that. Thank you again.